the Wednesday, get ready for the day, kind of stretch movement routine. These are not following any specific kind of school. These are just kind of movements that I've used myself over the years, and I found they really work for me because warming up before you do anything, even just starting your day, super important. Getting your body ready, getting your mind connected to your body so you are just ready to do whatever it is that you do on a daily basis. This one is a little more advanced. If you've not done it before, we're at 6:30. We do a beginner one, which is very gentle. Here we're trying to move a little bit more. We're also preparing for those of you who are doing the little kind of choreography workshop that I do after a tiny break, 10-15 minutes, then we hop back on. We continue the choreography. So this will prepare you a little bit for that. If you've not already, please like and subscribe and join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for this same thing. Okay, so we are going to be doing mostly kind of flowing movements. This is for our fascia, a long, undiscovered, neglected and misunderstood organ. It's right under our skins. It looks like chicken skin, but it is it's covering our body. It's overlapping. It is helping us move, and we need to warm that up before we go deeper into our muscles. So we're kind of going to be thinking about that, making our bodies flow instead of doing sharper movements. So I want you to breathe in, bring your arms up overhead, and exhale coming down, and breathe in, and exhale coming down. I want you to think of your legs as tree trunks. They're maybe a little wider than your shoulders and very sturdy, and they have roots growing into the floor. So they don't stop at the floor, they go beyond it. So this time, exhale and bring your shoulders up to your ears. And good stretch, and bring it back down, and go up again with your shoulders. Nice big stretch, reach to the sky, and bring it down, and bring it up again. Stretch to the sky. This time when you come down, I want you to go to the left. So it's like you're twisting at your waist and turning to your left, and your knees are going to bend as your arms come down. And stretching up to the sky, and going to the right, and up, and going to the left, and up, and going to the right. Your knees should still be facing forward. You need to modify everything for your body. If your knees are twisting, you're going too far. And bring it up. And this time I want you to bend your elbows and bring it down the front. So we're going to go up again to the sky. And we're going to relax our shoulders coming down. And our elbows are going to lead the movement. So sweeping them up to the sky. Elbows coming down first. And sweeping up. And elbows coming down. Okay, and I'm going to shrug your shoulders, up and down. And then we're going to pull them back this time. Pull them back and roll them forward. And pull them back and roll them forward. Back and round your back. Feel a nice little pull in your upper back. You're going to try and just move from here on up. This isn't your whole body. And this time reverse it. And you roll them back. Pull your chest up to the sky. If you're one of those wildly bendy people, you can go all the way up. But most of us are not wildly bendy. So we're just going to have it just kind of pointed toward the sky. Very proud stance. And today, whenever you're thinking about it, I want you to just pull your shoulder blades back and remember your posture. Because little by little, posture will improve. If every time you do it, every time you think about it, you pull them back, and then of course, they're gonna fight you and go forward. But then a couple hours later, you think about it again, I'll pull them back, or 5 minutes later, and slowly it's gonna get there. All right, so if you have neck problems, skip this next one. I want you to drop your chin down to your chest. This is a gentle movement. And bring it back up. And down again. Bring it back up. This time I want you to stay there. And I want you to roll your left ear towards your left shoulder. And bring it back to the middle. And then roll towards your right. And back to the middle. And we're going to go left. And down. And right. And down. And left. And down. And right. And down. And up. And to the sky. And down. To the sky. And down. This is not a huge movement. This is just a gentle one. Like you're nodding upwards. Okay, I want you to take your rib cage, just your rib cage. I want you to move to the left. Try and pull it beyond your waist without moving the rest of your body. So the rest of your body's planted and just your rib cage. If you don't feel it yet, just put your hands on it and pretend you feel the movement. Putting your hands on it sometimes helps you feel that muscle, helps your brain connect. And we're going to try and isolate that movement, moving back and forth. And moving forward and back. Again, it's like you're sticking your rib cage out. And then bringing it back. And rib cage out. And bringing it back. Rib cage out. Bringing it back. Out. Bringing it back. Now I want you to take that whole movement and move in a circle. This does not have to be a big circle, it can be a little circle. And the other direction. And moving on to the chicken. So your elbows are going up. And today I want you to try and get them a little bit higher than you did last week and on Monday. Way up, but don't lift your shoulders too much. Try and keep them mostly down. And this time, flat eagle. Going up and down. And we're going to roll our wrists outwards. Try and make the movement continuous. And then the other direction, rolling them inwards. Roll our fists and open. And when you open, stretch your fingers wide. Like you're a tree frog jumping or a flying squirrel. Together. And jump back together. And grab onto that tree, that wall, that screen, whatever it is. Okay, so I want you to give yourself a big hug and lean forward a little bit so you are stretching your upper back. I want you to just try and hold your core tight so it's just your upper back that's going. And stand up again. And upper back. Stand up. And upper back. And your hands are helping pull your shoulders together so you can feel that stretch in your upper back. All right, hands on your waist, and we're going to bend to, let's see, let's start left. We're trying to keep our sides pretty equal. We're going to go from one side to the other. Again, try and keep your hips still. This is just moving from your waist, however far it goes. And we're going to do the same thing forward and back. This is not your pelvis tilting, that stays still. This is just your waist going forward and your waist going back. Let's move on to those weight shifts that I love so much. Again, think of your legs as tree roots. And I want you to think of your shoulders and hips forming a square. And that square is not going to tilt. It's just going to slide over a flat surface from one side to the other. So bend your knees to make that movement a little bit easier. And slide that square over a flat surface so all of your weight is over your left foot. So if you needed to, you can pick up your right foot, and I want you to slide it back of the right foot, and that's going to be our weight shift. We're going to be using that a little bit later when we're dancing, but it's very good to know, to be conscious of where your weight is, which of your legs is supporting your body. Let's do the same thing, moving forward and back. Up. Let's do the left. We can't let ourselves just be always using the same leg. We want to kind of, if not alternate, at least every so often try moving the other leg first, the other side of the body. Going back and forth, again, keeping that square without distorting your hips. And going to the right this time, right leg is forward. I'm going to slide our hips back and forth. Okay, let's move on. We're going to do our knees here and a little bit of back. So roll forward, bend your knees, and come up. This is not very deep. This is just a medium knee bend. And last time, going forward all the way. When you roll up, bring yourself back to a beautiful posture. This time we're just going to do our knees. We bend and straighten them, going a little bit deeper each time. Try and think about just above your knee, using that to straighten yourself back up. And this time we're going to sit in that knee bend. And we're going to bend forward, and this time flat back, as flat as you can take it, until you get your hands either on the floor, on your knees, on your shins, wherever they reach. And then from there, we're going to straighten up, that is to say, point our butts towards the sky, and then we're going to bend and straighten in that position. So if they're here, you're moving like this. And each time we straighten up, so we're going to bend. Each time we straighten up, think about pushing your back a little farther down towards your legs. So each time you want to move a little bit more. And last one. And roll up. And so I want you to have your knees very slightly bent and move your weight towards the balls of your feet. And we're just going to make a little lift there, moving forward. Just be conscious of the weight coming off your heels and going towards the front of your foot. Let's, this time, take our left foot, point our toes towards our shins. I want you to flip it around, keep stretching your calf. Now we're going to do the right foot, toes out towards your chin, towards your chin, towards your chin, towards your chin. Around. Nice. Big stretch. And hold on to something if you need, or even if you don't need it. It's just a little bit better to keep your balance because we're just concentrating on our ankles. Move it back and forth. Move it back and forth. And now we're going to do little circles, going one way and the other way. And we're going to repeat that on the right side, so just back and forth, ankle wiggles. And then we're going to circle around. And circling it back around the other way. All right, and put your feet on the floor. Think of them, there's like a triangle inside your foot, so it's coming from your heel. This is the back of the triangle, and it's coming out towards the sides of your foot. So you want to feel like that triangle is completely on the floor. It's flat on the floor. And I want you to spread your toes like a fan and then relax them. If your toes don't do that yet, pretend you're doing it and try and connect that. Spread your toes and back. And spread your toes and relax. And toes out and relax. Okay, let's do one last thing today. I want you to, again, hold on to something if you can. And put one leg, so your heel's on the ground, and the other one. And I want you to try and rotate that leg in the hip socket, however much it goes, back and forth. That rotation going. And over to the other foot. Just have that hip socket working and start that rotation. We're going to be using that if you are joining us for a little choreography that we're going to do. We're going to be back on in about 10-15 minutes, and we are going to continue. It's kind of a little practice choreography to bring it from beginning stages to potentially performing it, even if it's just for you, and just kind of learning to bring meaning to the movement. So it's something that the more you do it, the better you get at it, just like about anything else. So, all right, let's take one more deep breath in, and exhale, and inhale, halfway. Big hug for you. You did it, and we're doing it together. We are getting up at this early hour and doing our body prep, so we're that much more ready for the day. So much easier when we do it together and not alone. So please join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday around the same time. And yeah, I hope you would like and subscribe if you've got another minute. And if you're joining me for the choreography, we are continuing to this song, Oh What a Circus from Evita, sung by Michael Ball. And I will see you on Friday, or I will see you in a few minutes. I love you, my flare flies. I'll see you next time.